The banks of the Yellow River are too vast to be wholly occupied by the enemy. This place is one of the vulnerable points of the Japanese lines. A fisherman prepares his goatskin raft. And then regular soldiers, operating by guerrilla methods, emerge from a neighboring village. Meanwhile, a critical situation developed around the town of台儿庄. The Japanese had advanced too fast. The Chinese proposed to surround them. The story of台儿庄was told by an officer from the 91st Division. Sergeant Wang, a brave, courteous man, he told what happened and how they fought, sometimes in the heat of the afternoon, sometimes at night. Wang knew how many were wounded and some of their names and what provinces they had traveled from. It was our victory, he said, a hard victory. Our guns were covered with dust. It was very early in the morning. We felt strong. We were going to attack. I myself, said Wang, come from Guangxi, where we plant our rice in the mud. Here in the north, they grow millet. The dust blows everywhere, and the sun is often cold. Yet this is also my country. We kept marching toward the north, and people told us, be careful, the enemy is not far away, because here the villages were bombed, and there was no more. A Japanese captain forced these people to carry ammunition, but then he had to retreat. This peasant told me about it. The captain ordered the people to gather on a road and threw a thing with a tail like a fish. This man escaped the explosion with the wound in the muscle of his neck. After 3 hours, we came to the village of Chisin. We heard that the Japanese were retreating. That was true, for I saw the dead in the village. There was nothing left alive. Where they cannot conquer, they kill. That is their custom. Once, this town held 2,000 families. But the Japanese battalions were gone, and the bravest people were coming back. Li Po was the first man. He brought his family with him. The first thing he did was look for his good stone hammer, but his wife searched for the grinding stones, hoping they were not broken by the bombs. While we were marching near the canal, the Japanese tried to find our route. When we lie down, we cast no shadow, and from the sky we're invisible, the same color as the dust. We had men with us from the Big Sword Battalion and also many machine guns. We were a good division, all young men, and we had officers who had fought the Japanese before. Field headquarters were set up near a barn. The plan of attack was to pretend to strike at the front, but to hit hardest at the sides. General Sun directed us. He was a tireless man, placed in command here because he loved to attack. He was an old-time general, a fighter all his life. He ordered emplacements of the light artillery. Rangefinder was wrapped in cloth so it would not shine back toward the enemy. Battery number 7 reporting by field telephone. Correction for battery number 7. Increase range to 2,000 yards. I think, said Sergeant Wong, we're learning to talk back to the Emperor of Japan. From the north, the wounded were returning. It is 40 miles to the base hospital. While we advanced in front, daring men climbed the stone hills near the mountain of the sacred tree. They went around the back of the mountain, and they planned to surprise the Japanese from behind. Our scouts watched from the mountain, very quiet. The Japanese patrol on the road, along the Japanese line of communication. They saw our men, but it was too late. While this was happening, gun nested on flank. It was left there to protect the enemy retreat. We took cover in the trenches used last night by the 31st Division. A squad of our men blew up the enemy nest. The way was clear. The division in front of us had occupied Taya Shuang during the night. I saw the flag on the walls. We had taken back Taya Shuang. We captured 9 Japanese tanks. Near sunset, we fortified the gate against counterattack. Taya Chuang was ours. That was our victory, said Sergeant Wong. We buried the dead and rested in that city.